Welcome to week 4, the Village of Park Forest, our yoga and mindfulness session. This session is going to take we're going to call this session a yin session. So we're going to hold a lot of our poses for about 30 to 90 seconds. We are going to go through a basic vinyasa flow to warm up our body. And then from there, we will do a nice 5 to 7 minute mindful meditation as well. Thank you for joining, and I hope your flow is peaceful. Let's begin. So let's begin on our mats. Let's start off with a few deep inhales, circling the hands towards the sky. Deep inhale, exhale, forward fold, sweeping the hands towards the ground. This time let's hold this forward fold for a little bit, wrapping the hands around the back of the legs, pulling your forehead towards the knee. So let's kind of hold this forward fold a little bit. You can place your hands underneath the toes if you want. Kind of just hold it there, but let's kind of warm up the lower back. Let's practice bringing our mind towards the sensations that we're feeling, bringing our mind toward the body. So this yoga flow today, it's gonna really focus on holding your poses, holding your different asanas and different positions, and being able to just bring your attention towards it. Remember, we're not judging the movements. We're not creating a story for the movements. All we're doing is just being aware, just holding it for where we're at today. So let's slowly go up halfway. Extend, spinal extension. Let's hold it out. Deep inhale, exhale, forward fold all the way back down. Once again, bringing the forehead towards the knee. Deep stretch. You can wrap the hands around the back of the legs to increase the range of motion within the lower back and the hamstrings. Deep inhale. Let's kind of hold it again. Once again, really feeling the stretch. The deep stretch running from the calves to the hamstrings to the lower back. Remember, not the judge, just kind of bring your attention towards it. And remember, throughout the practice today, if your mind wanders towards the future or towards what happened yesterday, just bring your mind back towards the breath and the body. Deep inhale, let's exhale halfway, spinal extension again. Deep inhale, exhale all the way back down. And then slowly sweep those hands, roll one vertebrae at a time, back into mountain pose. Turn towards the front. We're gonna extend the right hand. I'm gonna grab the right hand with my left hand. Deep pull, side bend, reaching to one side. Let's really hold this side bend, pulling at the wrist. Remember, you're creating tension in the fingertips. Let's just kind of hold it there. Feel a deep stretch along the shoulders, along the lats, the side of the obliques. Just really holding it there. Good breathing. Deep inhale, exhale. Opposite hand. Inhale, exhale, and pull. So remember, as you exhale, you want to pull into the movement. Remember, both feet are flat on the ground. Nice side bend. Opening up the chest as much as you can. Breathe through it. Deep inhales. Remember, you want to breathe into that left lung if you can. Really feeling that stretch. Releasing the tension running all the way from the side of the body, the side of the lats. Deep inhale, exhale, back to center. So let's go through our first vinyasa flow. So we're gonna deep inhale, sweep the ceiling, exhale, forward fold. From here, let's go into our plank. Nice steady plank. Remember, your shoulders are stacked on top of the elbows. The elbows are stacked on top of the wrist. And then we're just gonna do a slow push-up down, vinyasa flow. Press the hips into the ground, lift the chin, lift the chest. Up dog, remember in up dog, you want a scapular retraction. Elbows are tight towards the rib cage. Let's curl those toes in for your down dog. Shoot those hips all the way back. And let's alternate each heel coming off the ground. So remember, in your down dog, you want to really feel a deep stretch in the calves and the Achilles tendon as well, right around the heels. You can alternate each heel off the mat, shooting those hips towards the ground. Internal rotation of the elbows. You're really pressing through your palms and your forefinger, your index finger. Just hold this down dog. This is the first down dog of our practice today. So let's kind of hold it for a little longer. Remember, you can alternate each heel coming off the ground if you would like. Deep stretch in the shoulders, really feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Shooting those hips towards the sky. Deep inhale. Let's slowly walk those feet forward, or you can hop the feet forward into forward fold. Deep inhale. Halfway spinal extension. Deep inhale, forward fold. Exhale, slowly roll up into mountain pose. So let's go through that vinyasa flow once again. The body should be getting a little bit more warm. So let's begin. Deep inhale, sweep the ceiling. Sweep the ground. Find your plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, slow push up down. Elbows are tucked towards the rib cage. Up dog. Pressing the hips into the ground. Squeeze the glutes, lift the chin and chest. Back down, slowly curl the toes in, down dog. Shoot those hips all the way back, extend those hips back. Shoot the hips towards the ceiling, alternate each heel coming off the ground. Remember, your palms are glued into the mat, and you're almost like you're pressing through, you're pushing your hips into the ceiling. Good stretch here, deep inhale. Exhale, walk those feet forward, back into forward fold. Good work. Deep inhale. Exhale, halfway. Deep inhale, forward fold. Exhale, sweep those hands towards the sky. Back into prayer, mountain pose. Good job. Let's go through it one more time with this vinyasa flow. Once again, deep inhale. Sweep the ceiling. Exhale, sweep the ground. Take a step back, find your plank. Slow push up down, chaturanga. Up dog. And then from here, let's go into our child's pose. Widen out the knees as much as you can. Sinking the hips towards the heels. You're pressing the palms into the ground and you're pulling the palms away from you. This is a great resting pose. If there's ever time in the flow where you feel like it's getting too much or it's a little painful, you can always go to child's pose to rest. So let's just rest in child's pose here. Remember not to judge any movements or any feelings that you feel, any sensations that you feel. That's what it is for the day. Let's become mindful of that, mindful of our movements. Let's bring this child's pose. What we're gonna do, let's just reach towards the left in this child's pose. So now you're bringing a little bit more attention towards the right rib cage. So reach, reach, reach. Let's just hold it there. Just remember, your palms are glued into the ground and you're pulling away from you. So pull and just hold. Nice breathing here. Deep inhale, let's reach towards the other side now. So you're in child's pose and you're just reaching those arms towards the other direction. You're pulling. Remember, your palms are glued into the ground and you're pulling away from you. Keep breathing. This is a great stretch for those internal organs. This is great for the rib cage, the lower back. Deep inhale. And let's go back into all fours. From here, let's go into our pigeon. So we're gonna go into a pigeon stretch, just kind of warming up the hips. Left leg comes up, left knee is gonna go towards that left wrist. And all we're gonna do is just slowly lower down into pigeon. So we're gonna go into a little bit more advanced pigeon, but let's kind of hold it here. Remember to try to keep your hips square. If you start to notice them rock over to one side, let's try to keep them square a little bit. Let's just kind of hold it in pigeon for a little bit. Remember, the longer you hold in pigeon, the more the hip starts to open up and release. goal in pigeon is to try to keep the hips square. You can kind of rock from left to right to kind of massage out that the lumbo-pelvic hip complex as well. Now out of pigeon, let's extend and let's reach towards the left. So you're twisting towards that left knee and just deep stretching. You're advancing the pigeon. So you're just reaching towards that left knee and twisting. So now you're getting a deeper stretch in that lower back, a deeper stretch in the hips. Deep inhale, just kind of hold it. Remember not to judge what you feel. Any tension you feel, that's what it is for the day. No need to create a story for it. Just kind of breathe into it. It may feel a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's just the central nervous system giving you a little feedback. Deep inhale, and let's bring our pigeon back towards the front and slowly lower down again. Remember, with this yin practice, this is a practice of turning towards your body, building a union with your body. So we're not going to create any fake stories. This is where we're at for the day. And let's slowly lift that leg up, kind of shake off that left leg, and let's go into the pigeon on the right leg, right knee. I'm going to go towards the right wrist. And let's slowly lower down in the pigeon. Remember, the goal is to try to keep your hips square, releasing that hip capsule right in here. It also is great for the lower back. Just kind of hold it there for a little bit longer. This is just a little bit more advanced. If you want to extend and bring your forehead towards the mat, you can. Just deepen in the stretch in the hip. Now to advance this, we can reach towards the right. So now you're standing pigeon, you're still trying to keep the hip square, but you're just rotating the hip just a little bit, reaching towards that right knee. So what this is doing is just advancing that hip stretch a little bit more. It's creating more of a release within the hip capsule as well. Just kind of hold it here a little longer. Really be feeling it in the lower back, that hip area. Deep inhale. Let's exhale back towards the front. And then slowly shake it off. All right, let's go back into all fours. We're gonna work a couple cat-cows now. So deep inhale, round the back. You're pulling away from it. Exhale, flatten out the back. This is a great stretch, great move for spinal flexibility. Exhale, flatten out the back. Let's do it a couple more times. Deep inhale, round the back. Exhale, flatten out the back. Now we're gonna do a yin aspect to it. We're just gonna hold 30 seconds. Pull around the back as much as you can and pull away from you. And we're just gonna hold here. Rounding the back as much as you can. Curling those shoulders forward. Hold it, hold. Scapular protraction, rounding, pulling the stomach in. You're pulling the navel in towards the rib cage. Hold it. Exhale. Release. Lifting the chin, lifting the shoulders. Now lift the chest, lift the shoulders. Scapular retraction now. Hold it here. A little longer. And back into child's pose. Great work. So you even may notice without us going through our actual flow, we're starting to build a little heat within the body. And that's okay. That's okay. We're just bringing more awareness, more attention towards the body. Let's hang out here in child's pose for a little bit. Let's go back into all fours again. We're gonna go into our down dog. We're gonna start a couple of our standing positions. So let's go into our down dog, alternate each heel coming off the ground. So our standing positions, we're still gonna do a yin style to it, in which we're gonna just hold for about 30 to 60 seconds. So in this down dog, let's alternate each heel coming off the ground, shooting the hips towards the sky. Let's begin with our right foot forward. So let's begin, the right foot comes in the single leg down dog, right foot comes forward, and we're gonna go into warrior two. Warrior two, the back heel drops down, and all we're doing is lifting those hands all the way up. Relax the shoulders. You're nice and strong in that front leg. The front knee is stacked over the ankle. And we're just gonna hold here. This warrior position creates strength and stability within the lower body. Remember, the shoulders should not be tensed up. The shoulders should be down and relaxed. So let's just hold it here. You're really pressing out on that back heel. You're nice and even, you're nice and stable. Your center of gravity should be right in the middle of your body. Remember, you're creating sharpness in your mind. You're creating a stable environment for your mind and your body. Breathe through it a little bit longer. Second aspect, the left hand's gonna go down, and all we're gonna do is reverse the warrior. Palm goes up, we're reaching towards the sky. Extended, the back hand slides down, the calf, reaching. Reverse the warrior, and we're gonna hold it here. Reaching, bringing tension towards the fingertip. You're still strong in that front leg. Holding, breathing through it, creating strength within the body. Deep inhale. Exhale, back to warrior two. Nice and strong. The legs may be burning a little bit. Remember not to judge. Deep inhale, we're gonna cartwheel the hands forward into our vinyasa flow. Shake it off, slow push up, down, up dog, and we're gonna rest in child's pose. Widen out the knees in child's pose as much as you can. Remember, once again, in this yin style of yoga today, we're just gonna hold the positions, working on stability. Give all you can on your practice today. We're gonna go warrior two and reverse warrior on the other leg now. Just kind of hold it in child's pose, kind of recenter yourself. Get your breathing back in order. Deep inhale. Go into your down dog again. Alternate each heel coming off the ground. We're gonna go into our left leg, into our warrior two. So deep inhale, left leg goes up, single leg down dog. Left foot comes towards the top of the mat, right heel rotates down, and we're going into warrior two. Once again, warrior two. This knee is stacked on top of the ankle. The shoulders are relaxed and down. You're pressing on that outside of that right heel. Center of gravity should be right in the middle. Warrior two. We're gonna hold it here. You're nice and strong. Remember, the mind right now wants to play tricks on you. The mind right now is telling you it's burning. The mind is telling you that, why am I doing this? Well, what you're doing is sharpening your mind. You're sharpening your emotions just by holding this warrior two position. Relax. Find the peace within the movement. Breathe into it. Nice and steady. Remember, the breathing should be rhythmic. Let's go into the reverse warrior. We're gonna rotate that palm up. Right hand is gonna slide down that right leg. Reaching, reversing that warrior all the way up. And let's just hold. Remember, you're nice and strong in that back leg. Breathe into it. Creating tension in the fingertip, back in the warrior two. And let's cartwheel those hands forward. Vinyasa flow. Slow push up, down, up dog, and then back into your child's pose. With this child's pose, let's see if we can bring the knees in a little closer if you can. Getting a little bit more activity in the lower back. Good work. And let's go on all fours again. So from here, we're gonna go into a chair position. So let's go into our planks first. So we're just gonna find our regular plank. We're gonna center the left hand in the middle of the mat. And we're gonna open up into our side plank. So with side plank, once again, you wanna make sure that those hips are coming up. All we're gonna do is just kind of lower the hips down and just raise up if you can. Lower down, raise up. A couple more times, lower down, raise up. If this is a little bit too difficult, remember you can always place that foot in front of you. A couple more times, lower down, raise up. One more, lower down, raise up. Find your regular plank. Let's vinyasa through it. Vinyasa flow down, up dog, back into child's pose. Great work. Let's do our side plank on the other side now. So finding your regular plank. Right hand is in the center. We're gonna rotate those heels, stack those feet. Keeping those hips up, we're gonna lower down, raise up. Lower down, raise up. Lower down, raise up. A couple more times. Good, find your regular plank. Chaturanga down, up dog, and back into your child's pose. Great work. Kind of stretch out the wrist a little bit. Putting a lot of pressure on the wrist today. Remember to keep the breathing rhythmic. There's a few balance positions we're gonna have to get through next. Pulling the hands in, stretching out the wrists. Deep inhale. Let's go on all fours again. We're gonna do a couple of camel positions. So what we're gonna do is extend those hands in front of you, pull away from you. Scapular protraction, pulling away from you. Just kind of hold it here. It's almost like you're just pulling away from, like somebody's pulling your hands away from you. Just kind of hold it there. Breathing, keeping the rhythmic breathing. Deep inhale, exhale. Let's take the hands on the lower back. We're gonna open up the chest now. Open up the chest, spread open the shoulders. You remember, you're still squeezing the glutes. Glutes are still being squeezed. And your spine and your back is protected with your lower back, with your hands. Lifting the chin, lift the chest. Squeeze the glutes. And back into child's pose. We're gonna go through that one more time. That is a great stretch for the lower back. Remember, in child's pose, you want to extend those arms out as far as you can. Reach them out as far as you can. Do it one more time. Up in all fours. We're gonna interlace the hands. Let's pull them away from you. Pull, pull, pull. Let's make this a deeper pull, as if somebody was pulling your hands away from you. Rounding the back as much as you can. The abs are tight. Reaching. You should feel the scapula opening up a little bit more. Pull, pull, pull. Breathe into it. Exhale. Let's do the opposite stretch. Open up the chest. Lift the chin. Open up the shoulders. Squeezing the glutes. Hold it here for a little longer. Remember to breathe into the shoulders. Breathe into it. Bring your mind towards the muscle. And back into your child's pose. Your back's gonna feel great after the practice today. You're gonna feel a great release within the spinal column. Hold it here in the child's pose a little bit longer. Remember to stretch out the wrist if you can. And from here, let's go into our down dog. Shooting those hips all the way back. Let's alternate each heel coming off the ground. Next pose we're gonna do before we go into our standing or our balance poses is what they call a mini lizard. So with lizard, we're gonna go with both knees on the ground first. I'm gonna start off with the left leg going forward. Both hands are gonna be rooted into the mat next to the left foot. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna open up with that left hand, the foot that's nearest, the hand that's nearest to the foot, and we're gonna try and bring that forearm all the way to the mat. Seeing how low we can get. If you can only get to here, that's fine. If you can bring it all the way down to the mat, that's even great. And let's kind of hold it here. Remember, the goal is to try to keep that left heel, or the heel that's closest to your hand, on the contact with the ground, in contact with the ground. So let's kind of hold it here for a little bit. This is a great stretch for the hips once again. Breathe into it. If you can bring that forearm down, just kind of hold it there. Remember, do not judge the movement. Do not judge what you feel. And let's kind of shake that off a little bit. Let's go into the opposite leg. Remember, we're gonna wanna spin first. Rotate, twist, twist, twist. Right forearm goes down towards the mat, lizard. Reaching as far as you can go. If you wanna shift from left to right a little bit, that's fine, but let's just try to hold it here as much as you can. Really trying to bring it down, hold it there. Remember, do not judge. A couple more breaths. And let's shake that off. All right, let's go into our down dog. Alternating each heel coming off the ground. Let's walk those feet forward. Go into forward fold. Slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time, halfway. Forward fold all the way back down. And then slowly sweep those hands towards the ceiling. Let's go into our straddle stretches now. So we're gonna go nice and wide. We're gonna start off first with a deep lunge to one side. So all I want us to do is sit into one side. So we're just gonna lunge into one side and just kind of hold. Those hands are extended all the way up. breathe into it. And let's go to that opposite side. Widen out the legs, both feet are facing forward. Sit, sit, sit into one side. Breathe. And back. Now we're gonna forward fold out of straddle, reaching all the way down. Holding it here. Remember, both feet are facing forward. You should feel the deep stretch within the hamstrings and the adductor region. So let's hold it here. Really focusing on just breathing with the muscle, breathing into the muscle. This is a great stretch if you have tight adductors or if you have tight groin. Hold it a little longer. You can, if you can bring your forehead closer to the mat. That is the goal here. Right? Bring your forehead closer to the mat, reaching down. Breathe into it a little bit longer. You're starting to feel the temperature increase right around that adductor region. This is great. Remember not to judge. And then slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna go through those lunges again. Extend those hands all the way up. We're gonna lunge towards the right. Hold, sitting back, right? The knee is still stacked on top of the ankle. Lunge to the other side, same idea. Reaching back, sitting. Good breathing. Back to the center, straddle, reaching, forward fold, all the way down in between both legs. Deepen the stretch a little bit more, lowering the forehead towards the mat. Can we deepen it? Challenge yourself a little bit more. Hold it, not judging yourself, just pushing yourself. Good work, and let's just reach both hands towards the right ankle. Pulling your forehead towards the knee, holding it there. Whatever sensations you feel, remember not to judge. Deep inhale, let's go towards that other side. Forehead towards the knee, hold it there a little longer. Deep in that stretch, bringing the forehead towards the knee. And last one towards the middle, this should be our deepest one. Reaching towards the middle, dropping the forehead all the way down. How far can it go down now? Breathe into it. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Slowly bring those feet together. And let's go into our side bend, reaching one hand all the way up. Opposite hand just slides down. Releasing the back a little bit. The opposite side, reaching all the way up. Side bend, slide that right hand all the way down. And back to mountain pose. Good straddle. So the next one we're gonna do is our tree pose. Let's go into our balance with our tree pose. So from we haven't did a tree pose since week 1. All we're gonna do is remember to root the right heel into the ground. You can either place the left foot as a kickstand on your ankle, on your calf, or on the inner thigh. So let's begin with our first balance pose. We're gonna try and hold it for somewhere between 30 to 45 seconds into tree pose. Remember, the hands can either be on the waist or they can be in prayer. Remember to extend, externally rotate the left knee as much as you can. Remember, there's going to be a little bit of a dance going on with the ankle and the foot. That's okay. shake off the right leg. Let's go with the left leg now, the same idea. You can either place the right foot as a kickstand on the ankle, on the calf, or if you can, bring it to the inner thigh. Hands can be on the waist or in prayer. The easiest way to do it is just to find a focal point and just focus on that focal point, working on the rhythmic breathing. Remember to externally rotate the knee. Good rhythmic breathing. And slowly release. Let's go towards the front of our mats again. Let's go into a deep forward fold. Deep inhale, sweep the ceiling. Deep forward fold. We're gonna go into a few crescents. We got one more standing. We're gonna go into eagle. So just kind of hold this forward fold. Let's find our plank. Good plank. We're just gonna alternate each knee towards the chest in the plank. Remember to draw the navel in. Nice and tight. Nice and steady. Slow push up down. Vinyasa flow. Up dog. Back into down dog. So we'll do one more set of those planks. This time we're just gonna bring the knee towards the elbow. So let's just knee towards the elbow, more Spider-Man. Breathe into it, working the obliques. Nice and steady. If you can, do a couple plank jumps. Breathe into it. Just jumping on the outside of the mat. Breathe. Vinyasa flow. Slow push up down, up dog, back into your child's pose. Good work, working the abs a little bit and little core work. Alternating, just stretching out the wrists now, extending those arms all the way out. And another balance pose that we're gonna go into. And then we have our crescent lunges I want us to go into as well. So before we begin, let's go into our nice down dog. Let's get a good down dog. Alternating each heel, coming off the ground. Let's go into our single leg down dog. So let's kind of hold our single leg down dog for a little bit. So with single leg down dog, all we're doing is really bringing more pressure to that left heel. You're just raising that back leg, just lifting it off the ground. This is great if you want to strengthen the calves, if you have any issues with the heels. Let's bring that right foot forward in the high lunge. So in high lunge, both feet are facing forward. You can bring the right foot towards the right of the mat a little bit. And we're gonna go into high lunge. Kind of hold this high lunge for a little bit. You're nice and strong on that back foot, the balls of your feet. Now with crescent, all you're doing is like you're doing the lat pull down. So you're just gonna pull down, lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And we're just gonna hold this position. Nice and strong out of high lunge. Deep inhale. Right back into our regular lunge. Do it one more time. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull that pull down. Squeeze the back, lift the chin, lift the chest. You're strong in that back foot. Hold. Exhale, forward fold. Find your plank, slow chaturanga down. Up dog. back into down dog. Great work. I'm gonna go into the opposite leg now. So remember, with these single leg down dogs, all you're doing is just lifting the left leg. So let's begin lifting the left leg, single leg down dog on the right foot. The goal is to try to get the heel in contact with the ground, still shooting those hips back. And let's go with that left leg, lunge, high lunge. Remember, you can bring the left leg towards the left a little bit on the mat. Back heel, the back foot is on the balls of your feet. High lunge. Out of high lunge, we're gonna do a crescent. Remember, out of crescent, all you're gonna do is pull the shades down, pull down, squeeze the back, lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Back into high lunge. So one more time. Deep inhale, pull the shades down, lat pull down, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Back in the high lunge. Forward fold, vinyasa flow down. Up dog. Great work, guys. Child's pose. Great work. Way to give it all you can today on your mat in your practice. Going to a couple of hip openers. So let's go into all fours again. We're gonna begin with the left leg reaching back. We're gonna grab the left ankle with the right hand, and we're gonna pull. Pull on that ankle. Lifting that leg, stretching out the quad, stretching out the hip flexor. Just kind of hold it for a couple of breaths. If you can, lift it a little bit longer and relax. Bring that right knee forward. We're gonna go into a hamstring stretch now. So all we're doing, we just came from bringing it back, grabbing it, and all we're gonna do is bring it forward into a hamstring stretch. Lowering the forehead towards the shin. Good, a lot of sensation in that lower, in that hamstring area. A lot of tension in the hamstring area. Let's go to the other side. Right foot, right leg is grabbed by the left arm, grabbing the ankle, and you're pulling that knee all the way up. Great stretch for the quads and the hip flexor. Reminds you almost of bow pose, but not really. Hold it a little longer. Starting to feel that knee drop, extend it, pull it a little bit more. And just bring that right leg forward to the hamstrings. Bring the forehead towards the shin. Hold it there. Remember, the deep stretch should be coming from the Achilles tendon all the way through the hamstrings. A couple more breaths. And let's go back to all fours again. Great work. Let's go into a seated position. With our seated position, let's begin with staff pose. So with staff pose, we're gonna raise those hands all the way towards the ceiling. And all we're gonna do is forward fold, reaching those hands towards the toes. Remember, this is the time to really bring awareness to your body. Bring your attention towards the body. What do you feel? You feel it in the hamstrings. Breathe. If you can deepen the stretch a little bit more, that's even better. Deepen the stretch. Remember not to judge any feelings you feel. All we're doing is creating a peaceful environment for your body. A stable environment for your central nervous system. And slowly come up. Let's bring that right knee in. We're gonna twist. The left arm is gonna come around, bear hugging. Right arm is the right spine and twist. Remember, as you inhale, you want to lift vertical. As you exhale, twist. Inhale, lift vertical. Exhale, twist. Holding this stretch. Really feeling that spine being released here. This is great if you have a desk job, or if you're sitting down all day, or if you're in a car most of the day. And back towards the front. Let's go with the opposite leg now. Pulling that knee in towards the chest. Opposite hand is gonna wrap around. Opposite hand, left hand is gonna be your second spine, and twist. Remember, as you inhale, you lift vertical, exhale, twist. Twisting it out. Remember to release as much as you can. Put effort into the movement. Give all you got on your practice today. Almost like you're rinsing out the towel with water. Twisting. Exhale. Let's go towards a seated straddle stretch now. So let's begin reaching towards the middle. Remember not to judge where you're at, wherever it takes you. So if you only can go here, that's fine. If you can lower your chest towards the mat, that's good as well. And let's begin. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach all the way down towards your forearms. Remember, wherever you're at, if last week you were able to get further, that's okay. If this week it's a little bit less range of motion, that's okay. Let's just bring our minds to the movement and just to the feelings and sensations today. Deep inhale, just reach towards the right. Opposite hand comes up, double stretch. Good, left hand comes up, reaching towards the left foot. Opposite hand comes up, reaching, double stretch. Remember, you want to spin here, looking at the bicep a little bit. Really feeling that stretch within the adductor region, within the hamstrings, and also within the obliques and the lats. Reaching all the way over, breathing into it. Deep inhale, exhale, back towards the middle. Let's go into our butterfly stretch. Bringing the heels in together. Lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Remember, if you can forward fold out of this, let's bring a forward fold. Deep stretch in the adductors, that growing area. Area that we tend to ignore and neglect. Let's go towards lion position. From here, we're gonna bring both knees into the chest, stretching out the hip flexors and the lower back. So let's bring both knees into the chest, bear hugging, stretching out the hip flexors and the lower back. You can massage the lower back, roll from left to right. Great massage for the lower back. Let's extend both legs all the way out. The left leg is gonna come all the way up, and all we're gonna do is grab the back of the knee and just pull towards your forehead. Feeling that stretch within the hamstrings. From here, we're gonna lower that leg across the body. Feeling that stretch within the lower pelvic hip complex. Breathe into it. Back to the center. Second leg, raise all the way up. We're gonna grab the back of the hamstring and pull towards the forehead. Feeling that stretch within the hamstring. You may feel one side's a little bit more flexible than the other side. That's okay. No judgment. And then slowly bring that left leg, the right leg down across the body. Opposite arms should be going towards the opposite direction. Feeling a deep stretch within that lower back, the pelvic hip complex. Let's kind of hold it there a little bit. Remember to keep the breathing rhythmic. Try not to hold the breath. Even if you feel the stretch is a little tight or it's a little discomforting, try to keep the breathing very rhythmic. Remember, when emotions go crazy in the real world, you gotta watch your breathing. Bring your mind back to the breathing. For the last 5 minutes of class, I just want us to focus on the energy that we gave in our practice today. I want us to really focus on our minds, just bringing our awareness towards our breath. And for the last 5 minutes in Shavasana, we're just gonna be in a meditative state. So let's begin by either closing your eyes or you can leave your eyes open. You can place your hands on your stomach or you can place your hands on the mat. And let's just begin to be aware of your body. Let's just bring awareness that you do have a body. The body is lying here in contact with the ground. What areas are in contact with the ground? What does it feel like? Sensations. Bringing awareness to us having a body, not judging the body. Let's bring our awareness to our breath now. As you inhale, know that you're inhaling. Exhale. Know that you're exhaling. As you inhale, know that you're inhaling. As you exhale, know that you're exhaling. If the mind begins to wander towards the past or the future, reel it back in. happens without you telling it to happen. Meditation sharpens your awareness, sharpens your attention, lowers anxiety, lowers your stress. As you inhale, feel your stomach rise. As you exhale, feel your stomach roll. You begin to open up your eyes. You begin to crunch your hands. Crunch the fingers a little bit. Squeeze the fingers. Clench the fists. Let the central nervous system know that movement is coming next. Begin to deep inhale. Exhale, bringing the knees towards the chest. You can bear hug the knees once again. Giving yourself love and compassion. There's nothing wrong with it. We all can give ourselves a gift of compassion. Slowly pull up. I want to thank you for joining me in today's session. I hope this tranquility and peace stays with you for the remainder of the day. Namaste. I want to thank you for joining me in the last 4 weeks of this mindfulness yoga course here at the Village of Park Forest. Let me know, how did you feel? I want some feedback. This is a great opportunity for you to share with other participants on how you felt. What did it mean to you? Did you enjoy the meditation? We have more to offer with the Village of Park Forest in a couple of months and in the spring. You can reach me at formandtechnique@gmail.com or lmagnus1@ccc.edu. And I would love to hear your feedback and hear your opinions of the class as well. Also reach out to the Village of Park Forest if you have more questions and inquiries, and if you want to see more yoga. So once again, thank you for joining me in this yoga and mindfulness session for the last 4 weeks, and I look forward to seeing you again.